Time for a dual unboxing video. We're going to start with a box of Soviet-era electronics from Ukraine. I'm still very amazed that I can buy stuff from the seller that I've talked about, eBay seller, and get stuff in a timely manner. I don't know. A lot of conflicting information there, but let's see what we got here. Definitely some radios that we'll get to do repair videos on in the future, and it's always fun to grade a person's packing, you know. Okay. Oh, here we go. It's amazing that this stuff doesn't get crushed either. Trust me, it's very tempting to get the chainsaw out and just make this happen really fast. Ooh, vacuum bulbs. Okay. Boy, those are packed well. Yes, Soviet horizontal output sweep bulbs. Of course, I opened it all wrong, so we'll take a look at these and test these in a set. These are hard to get, the number that I found. I've done a lot of testing on these, and I found a number that seems to work very well, because it seems like so many of the 6JE6, 6JS6 are just going to air now. So I've been looking for a, you know, like the germanium transistors, a more Twerko-Quirkulicious designer replacement. Okay, these are transistor bulb filled radios. Oh, more vacuum bulbs. Okay, we got more vacuum bulbs. Okay, so let's see. "10 years warranty." Wouldn't that be 10-year warranty? Oh boy. Start to roll out with the Abacab lyrics. Yes, this is the radio that really stimulated my Clarkodorgulator. And this was Vega 404. I don't know why, but this just looks very radio. And of course it's long wave and medium wave. So Vega 404. So we got it. This was labeled as non-working, so we got to do a repair video on this. Ooh, do we have presents? Let's see what we got here. It's a little meter. Like a battery meter. That's cool. Okay, next. I mean, I guess yeah, I mean, I can include a link to this seller's eBay account, and if you want to take a risk and own some of this cool Soviet era radio stuff. And these all seem to need repairs, and they all seem to be really challenging to repair. Look at how small that is. Come on, display the damn name of it. I can't get it to... There you go. I think you can see it there. Very small. That's very cool. Okay. What do we got here? By the way, I'll have to cover this in a radio video, but if you've been watching this channel, I had a station, that an AM medium wave station right at the top of the band that just, it was one of those traffic warning deals. It had this thing that was just like, this is a test, this is a test, this is only a test. Well, we've had a bunch of real rough weather out here, and that thing has been off the air for quite a while. So, I don't know. If you followed this channel really long time, we used to have LAX Airport Information Radio, which has gone away too. So, this is a... whatever brand that is. Boy, this is small too. Okay. Next. I want to get back into more transistor radio videos. I've just been sort of on a, I don't want to say a tube radio, but I've just been trying to finish up some loose ends on stuff that I wanted to... Ooh! It's an interesting Ukrainian flag patch, I guess. Let's see what else we've got. Oh, another patch. Oh yeah, I think it meant this is like a militia patch. I really wanted an Azov patch, but those are really hard to find. I wonder why. But on the troll tip, you really have to roll out with an Azov patch. That really will get those bunch of people fired up. So, the instructions and schematic. And this might have... loose change. Anyway, this'll be for a repair. But yeah, this seems like kind of plasticky. Same thing, long wave and short wave. And we got the schematic and instructions here. All of the Soviet stuff came with the schematic. The right to repair was built in. It was part of the purchase price. So let's dig into these horizontal output tubes. So what these are, or what these should be, is 6 Paul 42 SAM. And I have found that these are fairly hard to get, but they work very well as a substitute. You get no bark point oscillations, they just work. And they are a big tube. In fact, these are the smaller ones. And what I've done is I made an adapter. This is my adapter, which is the appropriate socket and the base off of one of our tubes, a domestic tube. So 6P42S. Let me see if I can grab a typical, and there's 2 of these. They call one of them big balloon and one of them small or standard size. But these things are just incredibly heavy duty. So this is a 6JS6. This is a Zenith horizontal output tube. And this just gives you, look at the size of the guts inside. Like I said, you have to make an adapter. You have to figure out how to make an adapter. But this is one beefy ass horizontal output tube. And they're, like I said, they're hard to get. You really have to. There's plenty of them out there, but because we've been cut off from the Russian Federation, the price has gone up. So there should have been 6 of these and 6 of the other ones. Let me see. No, that's the small one. Yeah, I don't quite get, well, I do, but I guess you can't talk about that on this here platform. Anyway, let me dig through these and all. Ooh, this one looks kind of baked. Corrody doodle. Yeah, this is the big, what they call the big balloon. So that's the big balloon, and this is the smaller. And actually, look at this is the one that I know works well. I don't know if this is the same pinout. This almost looks like a 6P45S. Interesting. Let me get a magnifying glass and look at the elements. Okay, these appear to be the same inside, even though the guts inside are different. I mean, look at the size difference. This one is more in line with the, not that this is any kind of relevant, oh, I'm sorry, wrong tube. This is the weird. Well, let's try it in a Zenith TV. That'll tell us everything. Look at the cathode current and the high voltage. Okay. This is a, what is this one? This one works too. You know, the Soviet stuff, there's a whole bunch of these tubes and the bases are all the same. Like, they're all interchangeable. The pinouts are all identical. It's a trip, the way they did stuff. You just have to sit down and make your adapters. But let's try this. This is my little crappy Zenith test set. So the bulb is in there, and there it goes. It's lighting up. These do warm up a lot slower than domestic stuff. There it goes. I think this thing should run about 200 mils.
Southern California, have your electricity rates gone up faster than the cost of gasoline? Keep your money in your pocket. Act now and get your solar system installed.
Wow, it's cranking along. Look at how bright that is. Holy crap.
Before it's too late, you'll save more money for the next 20 years. Pay your electric bill or pay for solar. Go solar now and save money immediately. Worried about blackouts? Tesla Powerwall is in stock. Not sure about your roof? Sempra Solaris is...
Wow, that's really cranking. Look at that, 240 milliamps. Well, yeah, it's super bright too. Yeah, down around 200.
Grab the 30% solar federal tax credit. $500 downloadable coupon.
Let's get a high voltage gauge and do a little testing.
Thinning at the temples and even all the way at the back. The sooner women act to address their hair loss, the more likely they are to be able to restore and regrow their hair. What's really exciting about the Keranique system is it's formulated specifically for women, and it marries both the science that helps women regrow their hair with clinically proven ingredients.
Clinically proven ingredients.
Thicker and fuller.
200.
The conditioner as well as the lift and repair spray.
Lift and repair spray.
Using the hair with the keratin amino complex.
Oh.
That helps with the strength of the hair shaft and makes the hair look thicker and fuller, as well as helps to protect it from the ongoing styling and environmental damage that women experience. The Keranique hair regrowth treatment includes the only FDA-approved ingredient for hair growth. It actually improves the circulation to the follicle.
Yes, all women need a strong shaft. I mean, after all, this is 2023.
Then protect your hair shafts. Apply, then blow dry, and style as you normally would. And you're done.
Okay, this is the big one.
Fuller after using Keranique. Keranique gives you lift, fullness, and body. If you're worried about hair loss, if you're worried about thinning hair, use Keranique.
Before I started using Keranique, if I did this with my hair, my hands would be covered in hair. Anytime I brushed it, my hair would fall out. Anytime I washed it.
So that's the 6P42S. And we're going to try an experiment in our Packard Bell with this. If the horizontal output tube that's in it actually ever dies, we're going to try one of these and see how many hours these last compared to the domestic tube. I will say that these horizontal output tubes appear to last a lot longer than I thought they would, except, like I said at the beginning, I'm seeing a lot of these go to air. Brand new in the box, gone to air. Just gassed out. So I don't know if they're leaking from here or the bottom, but a lot of these I see new old stock going to air. And I don't seem to see that with these. Here's our next unboxing subject. This is, well, a big thank you to B. Anderson TV for tipping me off to this. This should be like a black and white jig, and I do hope to work on, I got a bunch of black and white resurrections to do, so I have a color jig. Once you have a jig, you never go back. It's just so handy to be able to work on the chassis on the bench and not have to bend over and lean over a cabinet. So Bob covered this, and I immediately had to go and buy one. It is definitely a disease. Okay. we're grading their work, you know, we're grading their packing job. So what's the point of wrapping it in brown recycled paper? I mean, I'm just curious. What does that offer here? Well, and yes, I'm sure I paid too much for it, but you know what? Telecheck. It's like a black and white jig. Let's get it up here on the table and see if it's made it in one piece, or did it get necked? Get all of our Soviet bulbs off the desk. Now, like I said, this is basically like a black and white jig. It allows you to work on a black and white chassis. And I actually have the tube that's in this, but I didn't have the rest of it, so... Ooh, has that vintage electronic smell. Okay, so with this one had adapters. And it supposedly had a manual with it. Checking picture tubes. Checking horizontal yoke windings. Boy. 8 YP4, 110 degree. Your Telecheck incorporates 110 degree 8 YP4 CRT test tube and universal yoke assembly, which can directly substitute for the picture tube and or yoke during the servicing of any TV set having 90, 92, 110, 114 degree picture tube. Both the horizontal and vertical windings of the yoke are protected by a 1/2 amp 250 volt fuse to prevent damage. Ooh, this is kind of kinky. Yeah, but where is what is supposed to be here? Is that missing? There are the fuses. I wonder if the CRT made it. Let me dig this out. So what's weird is there's actually some discoloration to this rear cup here, like this thing has got some hours on it, and I'm not quite sure I understand yet all of this thing. Yeah, there's a couple of adapter cables here, which, yeah, I mean, I guess it's a learning curve, you know. This looks like the main adapter for just about any CRT. So maybe we'll test this with the CRT tester. Well, let's see. Checking a CRT at night outside. Why not? You can see it lighting up there. So we are at... let's go to about there. That's under 6 volts. Ooh, we have a little cutoff here. Wow, we have a lot of cutoff. We have a good CRT. This mark I put right there is a new CRT. So let's see, let's set our cutoff. Right there. This is our 8YP. Oh yeah. Even kind of bouncing around. Even though it looks a little tired, you know, like it's got some hours on it, it doesn't show that. Let's see, let's come back over here and go to, we'll come up to 6 volts. I'll come up a little bit higher there. Let it kind of satisfy. It's not quite new, but it's very close to it. Let's see. We'll come down to let me go down a step here and then come up. See this right here, that's 6 volts. So let's see what kind of performance. We could probably even go down a little bit more. See what kind of performance we get there. Yeah, this is a strong tube. Let's rejuvenate it on number 2. Wow, that's good. It's a low hour tube. Yep. Yeah, that's impressive. So, great. We got ourselves a little jig, black and white jig, and I believe what was supposed to be here was like a speaker so you could listen to the set. So this is sort of like the RCA color jig that I have, but the color jig has a high voltage gauge on it, which I really like. I wish this had that, and I guess I could come up with something for that. But yeah, okay, let's get to work on some black and white stuff now. While we're here, we might as well unbox the returned prototype radio from WION Radio in Michigan. If you didn't catch those videos, you really should. The last one, the tour of WION AM stereo, was just a really cool video on broadcast. And yeah, I'm going to get this radio back to V Westlife, who sent it over here. What a journey this thing has been on to get where it is and be repaired by one of the engineers, that probably one of the best AM stereo guys out there, Greg. And what a great video adventure this was. So everything looks cool here. Here's the radio, of course, which, like I said, it's going to be going back to its home over on the other side of the country, back to V Westlife. So there it is. I don't know how many miles this radio will have traveled by the time it gets back home. Probably 10,000. So anyway, we're gonna get this back to its owner, And AM stereo lives on. So if you didn't catch the series of videos on WION and this radio and KYET, AM stereo Cactus Country, they're all in a playlist. They're all worth watching if you're interested in AM stereo broadcast transmitters, and they're just fun videos. So definitely worth looking at. So what a mess I've got here. Anyway, we got our Soviet radios. Definitely interested in this. Our little patch there. Got our little overlay for our social media profile. We got a little micro Soviet radio here. Just can't get over how small this thing is. Now we'll check, before I post the video, we'll check the tube on the Telecheck. We'll put it on the CRT tester and see if it's all burnt up. If not, if it is, I have another one. God, I can't get over this thing. Oral John Oak. ORL, Oral John Oak. Oral John Oak. It was like made in USSR. I used to like to do that and get people all angry. Oh wow, look at that. Ooh, dual rotating bar antennas. Wow, look at how small that is. Practically need a microscope. What kind of battery does this thing run on? Wait, is that transformer missing part, or is that it? Is it a... Look at that transformer right there. Wow, this is going to take some real patience right here. Bet I can find a schematic on it. That is what you call a pocket radio right there. Oral John Oak. And then we got this one, of course. These make really fun repair videos because they're usually treacherous. And we got our vacuum bulbs. So I was cleaning up this mess, and there was something in the bottom of the Ukraine box that I missed, which was this. And wasn't this made up? Isn't this a fake thing? I mean, I know what it is, and but wasn't this confirmed to be just urban legend or war legend? I thought this was, I mean, it's cool, and I've actually done photographs mocking this in mines. Not that anyone got it, but I thought this was more urban legend than reality.